Ash Wednesday is a day that normally is intended to remind us of our mortality, that we are people of dust, and that one day we will all return to the dust. So it brings about a sense of humility. But Ash Wednesday is also a day that reminds us of the grace and love of God. And it reminds us of the completed work of Jesus Christ on the cross. Because it gives us hope. As we talk about mortality, it doesn't leave us with sadness, it leaves us with hope that in Jesus Christ we have a life beyond this life. So Lent begins with Ash Wednesday. But Lent lasts 40 days. 40 days without counting Sundays. Sundays continue to be celebration days of our Lord Jesus Christ. So it's 40 days from Ash Wednesday all the way to Easter. It is a time that the church has established since the very early beginnings of the church as a time for believers to go inside, a time of introspection, a time of meditation, a time of looking at our relationship with the Lord and our walk as Christians as we walk with Jesus through the journey that leads him all the way to Calvary. One of the first times perhaps that this period of 40 days is mentioned is probably in the 3rd century, the 200s, by Irenaeus, where he mentions the 40 days that are practiced between the East and the West, and he even makes mentions that those practices may even come from our ancestors, maybe even thinking of the apostolic time, though many doubt that it went as far as the apostles. It is mentioned by Tertullian. It is mentioned in the Council of Nicaea. It is mentioned by Athanasius, by Cyril of Jerusalem, by Cyril of Alexandria. Basically by the 400s, by the 5th century, the middle of the 5th century, most of the Christian churches around the then known world were practicing some form of 40 days prior to Easter as a time of preparation. This year, what we are encouraging our people to do at St. David's, and we would encourage you to join us as well, is we're doing 3 things in our observation of Lent. First, we're doing something outward, something that connects us with our God. It may be through an additional time of worship during the week, or it may be through walking the way of the cross, as we will do at St. David's each Wednesday. Secondly, we are encouraging our people to do something inward. Through the reading of a good book. We are encouraging our people to read a book based on the spiritual disciplines, and particularly a book called The Discipline of Surrender. Something that will edify us, that will build into us the character of Christ. And thirdly, we want to do something outward, where it truly matters to someone. And in our case, we are going to be asking all of our people to fast 1 day a week at least, and collecting those funds that they would normally have spent on those meals, putting them together and sending them out to the mission field, to our missionaries that we support and pray for each week. So we would like to invite you and encourage you to join us in the observation of a truly holy Lent.